All right. So I just got back from watching Kraven the Hunter. Has honestly has to be one of the most boring movies that I've ever seen. So I was just confused throughout the entire thing. Granted, I did fall asleep like 3 times, but those were only for like a minute each. Even if I did fall asleep, even the parts where I wasn't asleep, it was just so confusing the way that they just cut from thing the next thing. Anyways, so I fell asleep during the beginning, but I believe it starts off like in Russia, where Craven's being born and everything introduces his dad. He's this big mafia boss. Then it goes to, I think it says 14 years later. It's just, they're in Africa, I believe. I don't know. And they're hunting because his father, not only is he a gangster and he's a mobster, but he's also a poacher, and so he's trying to teach he's trying to teach Craven and I already forgot the other guy's name. I think it was Dimitri. I don't know, Craven's little brother, how to hunt, and that you shouldn't be scared. You being scared will kill you. But Craven, like quite literally 30 seconds after his dad says this, they go off on their own for some reason. This is supposed to be a fun, nice little camping trip, hunting trip, father son bonding. A lion jumps in front of Craven. I think his actual name's like something like, it starts with an S. I can't even remember. Dimitri is like holding a gun up to it, and Craven's like, don't do it, don't do it. But what bro fails to realize is that it's a fucking lion. And the dad, I don't know the dad's name. I'm just gonna call him Craven's dad. He yells Craven's real name. I don't know. I'll look it up. Uh, and he shoots the lion. Well, as soon as he shoots the lion was perfectly fine. By the way, the lion was just staring at Craven, not doing anything, just looking at him. But as soon as this dumbass shoots the lion, that's when he pounces at Craven, picks him right up. Literally, all of his teeth are in Craven's body, and he's bleeding out. And the lion runs like 15 miles. I'm like, okay, yeah, bro's dead. What the heck? This cannot be Craven because they haven't revealed him as Craven. I'm just like, oh, this is just like maybe the other guy, maybe Dimitri's Craven. I don't know. I haven't read the comics of Craven, but anyways. But then it goes to like quite literally right after this guy, right after Craven gets picked up by the lion and then just gets like ran away with. It cuts to this other family with this little girl. I think her name is Calypso, and Craven's real name is Sergi. So I'm gonna start calling him Sergi or Craven because he still is going by Sergi at this point. So her name's Calypso, and she's with her family at like a safari trip, and her parents are taking pictures of giraffes. They're like yelling for Calypso because for some reason she just wandered off, even though she's like 13 and you're on a safari trip. How the hell do you not know when your 13-year-old daughter wanders off from the Jeep that you guys are all in? Like, do you not hear the car door slam? Do you not hear her get out whatsoever? Anyways, she has a pack of tarot cards with her that her grandmother gave her. That's revealed later in the story. And she just sees this lion bring Sergi to like its little like shade tree and just drop him for no reason and then run off right in front of Calypso. And so she sees this bleeding out guy and she yells for help once. She yells for help, and then she puts the tarot card of strength that has the lion on it in his pocket and then gives him this like solution. It looks like water. I thought it was going to be smelling salts, but she has him drink it. And then it cuts to him in surgery, and he flatlines. This is like maybe 4 hours after he was already like bitten and taken away. So in my opinion, he should have been dead already. But you know, you hear his flatline, like you hear the beep 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 beep, and then he flatlines. Quite literally, right after the main doctor says, let's call it time of death, 5:51 p.m. or something. I don't know. Quite literally, after she says that, and all the other doctors and surgeons leave, his heartbeat starts going again. Even though this guy has lost all of his blood that's in his system, and he has open wounds still, um, and one of the puncture marks were on his heart, bro still lives. And then it cuts to him being in the like hospital room, and his dad comes in, and he's just like, "We're going home now." The doctor's like, "No, we need to keep him, make sure he's okay." And he's like, "My son's okay. He's alive. Let's go." Long story short, Sergi leaves the house. It's just him, Dimitri, and his father. And so Sergi dips and he runs away to this place that his mother used to own. And then it cuts like 25 more years. Let's go back a little bit. He gets to the place and he's like, "Oh, I have these weird, like, animalistic powers. I wonder what they do." And then he immediately understands exactly what they do, like all of it. Like he goes from not knowing whatsoever what's going on to, "Oh, I'm God," basically. I found that funny. So then it jumps about 25 years, and he has made it his life's goal to like hunt down poachers. But then he finds out that the poachers that he's been hunting work for mobsters, and he's like, "Oh, mobsters are the real evil," even though his dad's a mobster. And that's the whole entire reason that he ran away, is because his dad is a mobster. So he makes it his life mission to like kill all mobsters. But you know, him having daddy issues and everything, can't really do that. And it just turns into this whole weird thing to where he returns home, because apparently he returns home once a year on Dimitri's birthday. He just to be like, "Hey, happy birthday, little bro," and then dips once again for a whole year. Dimitri owns his own club, and it gets shot up. Dimitri is all shook by this, and Kraven's like, he's revealed to be Kraven now. And he's like, "You know what? I'll stay with you." But then him being like super autistic now, having all the sensory issues whatsoever, he can't sleep on a silk pillow in a guest room or on a couch with the air conditioner going. Because you remember, he lives in the wild. And so he dips. He literally like runs out the door and goes to sleep in a park. He returns the next morning. There's blood on Dimitri's pillow. Dimitri's been kidnapped. So the whole entire movie is about him trying to get his brother back. And it's just so weird the way that it cuts from thing to thing, because he's like, Kraven's like, "Oh," he reunites with Calypso, and Calypso's just like, "Oh, how'd you find me?" And he goes, "This tarot card right here that I've had for 20 years." That's the only reason how he found her. It's because of that tarot card. And so, anyways, he's like, "I need you to give me the names of the people that took my brother or something." And she's like, "Well, it's going to take a little bit." Well, that little bit took like 2 hours, because 2 hours later, like in universe, she gives him the name. And it's someone associated with Rhino. And so he goes to Turkey, where bro's being held, where his little bro's being held. And he's like, "Oh, it's a trap, because Rhino was just waiting for Kraven to get there so he can blow the whole entire thing up." Dimitri's taken to a different place. He's with Rhino now. And so it just went from, "I need you to give me the names of the people that took my little brother," to, so it's going to be a little bit, "Oh, I got them. Here's where they are. Here's their exact location." And then the person that supposedly had his brother was like, "Oh, it was a trap. Rhino has him." And then it just immediately jumps to Rhino, like introducing Rhino. And Rhino just looks so weird at this point, because like it was just a weird movie, and it just jumped from thing to thing. I've said that multiple times now. It's just so weird. But I just wanted to come on here and rant for a little bit about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have another one about Y2K. I absolutely loved that movie. So if you wanted to go watch that, you can go ahead. It's probably already up. If it's not, it'll be up soon. So thank you. That's all.